Hey guys, kinggath here with some mod news. So today we've got a ton of new add-on packs. The city plan contest is back and we got some new merch. But before we get into any of that, we've got to thank our patrons who kind of keep the lights on around here, make sure that we're not digging into our pockets to pay for development and server costs and all the fun things that turns out you need to maintain a gigantic project and its community sites. So I'm going to give a shout out to some of you guys today. If I missed you, it means I clipped the latest list before you signed up. So huge shout out and thanks to Clippy605, Andrew A, Jano Bodenstein, Surfin' Sasquatch, Armored Lee, Matthew Dunkley, Brian Lafser, and Sonic Phil. Man, it's weird when I don't get any that I feel like I botched. I'm sure I did, but it didn't feel like I did, so I pat on my own back. All right, let's take a look at some of the new add-ons and mods that have come out for Sim Settlements 2. So first up, we've got Powerful Plots for Superlative Settlers by Konomono. And this actually went through several names, so you may have seen this listed as Garage Homes and Sensible Security, and then Practical Plots for Sensible Settlers. I didn't see either of these name changes happen, but I see it in the description. I think that's pretty funny. Konomono says this new name, Powerful Plots for Superlative Settlers, is going to remain. And this has got 8 new building plans for you across a couple of different types. You got some residential, martial, and even a new communications plot, which I haven't seen a lot. And actually, scrolling down, I'm way behind. This is how far behind I am. Even since I originally jotted this down, there's now recreational plots as well. So this looks like it's going to be a growing building plan pack, and you guys can check that out now, called Powerful Plots for Superlative Settlers by Konomono. So go check that out. All right, next up, we have got a little mod I actually expected to happen a lot sooner. I think maybe people overlooked this little tutorial or just assumed that somebody else would do it. And that is 200 Pet Names by Foxel. And this literally adds a big collection of names that you can name the pets you pick up from the pet store. And if you haven't run into that mechanic yet, there is a deep in the commercial tech tree, there is an unlock for a pet store. And when you buy the pets there, they actually become little companions that they don't fight. They're just kind of follow you along, and you can name them. And the name pool, we've pre-filled it with a handful of names, and then add-ons can add in as many more as they want. So this adds 200 additional, so you got some more choices to name your little critter. So go check out 200 Pet Names by Foxel. All right, next is a really simple add-on, one that probably will save a lot of people a lot of time. Anybody who's watched my streams knows how much time I spend doing this. And that is the Ron's Office Map Marker by The Red Legend. And this literally just adds a fast travel marker to go directly to the Ron's office. So for those of you guys who like to collect all of the settlers, the Ron is your man for that, and the Red Legend is your man to get to him a little bit sooner. So go check that out if you're tired of walking through Diamond City before you go get the Ron services. Next up, we've got a really tiny pack, and I got 2 in a row here. These came after my live stream recently where I did a Bethesda Mod School live, and it was just showing how quickly you can put together HQ room designs. Now, ironically, the stream itself took a very long time to teach this, but in reality, if you were to just follow the tutorial, it's pretty straightforward. And we immediately had a couple of people release some very basic add-on packs, and I'm hoping to see them keep releasing more content for them. And I think one of the ways we can do that is get some eyeballs on it, get some endorsements on Nexus. So the first one I want to point out is the Minutemen HQ add-on pack by the Gamer 4763, and this is just going to have a couple of rooms right now with the plan on adding additional, and I think all they need to encourage them to keep going is some support. So if you want to see a Minutemen themed HQ available, go check out this add-on pack, show some love on their mod page, and I'm sure we'll see some more from them. And next up, in a similar vein, we had Konomono follow along with the tutorial and immediately release a simple HQ room, which was basically their take on the exact tutorial that I did. And hopefully I'll remember to link below to that live stream with the tutorial. But if you search my my channel for a HQ and what else would you search for? Mod School Live, anything like that, you should be able to find that tutorial coming right up. It's a big, long, rambling one, but it should show you how to go through the tutorials that we have on our wiki. And Konomono and the Gamer 4763 both watched that tutorial and almost made it a room design live and posted it. It's really cool to see. Again, give those guys some support if we can hopefully convince them to put out even more content so that you guys can fully customize your HQs to match what you feel represents your people. All right, let's go into the next one, and that is Support Structures of the Wasteland. And this is by Strategist. That's I wanted to say strategist immediately, but this is going to add some support plots. So these are going to be municipal things, basically, and I believe they have plans to get into martial and agricultural in the future. But as of right now, it's going to be things like sanitation and cemeteries and stuff like that. So a lot of new municipal designs available. If you guys want to check those out, go grab Support Structures of the Wasteland by Strategist. Next, we have something that's not a building plan pack or HQ. It's no design. This is actually a thing to tie into some DLC mechanics. So this is MS Contraptions SS2 ASAM Builder by Salaba. So if you want to get your why can't I think of the name of it? The Contraptions DLC. If you want to get your Contraptions DLC to start producing ASAM sensors, you now have that ability. So you can create yourself a little assembly line of ASAM sensor production and see those coming off the conveyor belts and stuff. It looks really awesome. I kind of want to build this in my next playthrough just to see it happening. Looks awesome. So check out MS Contraptions SS2 ASAM Builder by Salaba. Next, for those of you guys who use Fall UI and Complex Item Sorter, there is now a plugin for SS2 to tag a lot of our items, including things like the when you're in the barter select to change the building plan on a plot, where you can see that some are classes and some are building plans, and it'll tag those, and just basically tags just about everything that SS2 has, and that is by JC1 Ward. So if you are a Fall UI Complex Item Sorter player, you might want to go grab this. That is SS2 Fall UI Icons by JC1 Ward. All right, and then last but certainly not least, this is another thing by Foxel. This is actually a version 2 of something that already exists, and I believe it was done in a way you can upgrade in place, but definitely read the description. I didn't confirm that. I should say, I didn't see anything in the description, and the author didn't tell me anything in that regard. But so I believe you can upgrade in place. And this basically expands the Far Harbor add-on pack. So it was actually the full name of it is the Far Harbor expansion for Sim Settlements 2. And this now covers all of the different plot types. So it's now, but originally it had just a couple. I think it was mostly agricultural and residential, and now it covers commercial and recreational and martial and industrial and municipal, and it's got flags and pet store items, so quite a lot of stuff, basically just tapping into all of those Far Harbor resources and bringing them into Sim Settlements too. So go check those out. All right, let's talk city plan contest. So over December and January, we took a little rest from the city plan contest, both to give the people who frequently compete a little break for the holiday of December, and then those of us internally who run the contest a little break, so we could kind of figure out what we want to do next, get our plan together as we slowly march toward Chapter 3. Now, for those of you guys who are not familiar with the way the city plan contest is laid out, effectively we do a contest every month for between 12 and 18 months, and then we end that with a Masters contest. Now, normally we would then immediately spin up a new season, but this time we're delaying Season 4 until after Chapter 4 comes out, or I'm sorry, Chapter 3 comes out. Wish there was a Chapter 4. Till after Chapter 3 comes out, and then we will start up Season 4, because Season 4 is going to be quite a bit different. But so in this meantime, we're doing some experiments with the post-season Chapter 3, as we're calling it, and we're going to continue with that. And we had a discussion panel with some of the people who compete regularly in the city plan contest to get some ideas of what some of the stuff we could do going forward. And so we're going to experiment with some ideas. And the first thing that came out of those meetings that we're making a change on is we're changing the prize structure a little bit. One of the things we found from folks is many of them, especially those who compete regularly, they've exhausted all of our prize options and they're looking for something new. So I'm going to go over the prize structure and we'll talk about the new merch. So the prize structure, some of it remains the same. We still have the $50 Steam voucher for the winners each month. We've got free merchandise for the finalists, so that's the top 3. So that would be anything basically from our Sim Settlements 2 merch store. What we actually do is give you a gift card. I won't say anything because it's possible in the future we'll add expensive merch, but right now the gift card we give to the finalists is enough to get basically anything in our merch store. And then we are also going to give a 10K worth of Nexus points, so folks can kind of shop in the Nexus store Store, which has a lot of games available, or you can buy months of premium so that you can get access to it that way. And we're also now starting with this one, as anybody turns in a valid entry, whether or not they're a finalist, we're going to give them 2,000 Nexus points as well, which can get some older games on there, or you can save those up and buy yourself some months, or eventually get to a lifetime membership of premium, which is a really awesome thing to have because Nexus mods downloads way faster when you've got the premium. So we're going to try and get more of you guys on there by giving away our points, because we don't use them. We just kind of hang on to them and use them for prize pool on Nexus. Speaking of that, we actually released the Mega Pack. I didn't mention that during the mods because I figure you guys all saw it. But if you didn't catch that, we did release a Mega Pack. And the reason I brought that up now related to points is all of those points are getting put into the pool so that we can continue to offer this prize structure. So if you haven't already, go download the Mega Pack. Has tons and tons of city plans, so you can check out all the work the city plan contestants have done over the last 3 years, because we actually included, actually more like 5 years, we actually included all of the contest entries that we converted from SS1 to SS2 in that as well. So there's quite a bit of city plans available there. So one of the things I mentioned was new merch, and that this again came from that. So right now we've got some new merch with these adorable little Jake and Aiden icons that were created by the wonderful Erica Ember Studios. I'll link below to her YouTube channel. She's done some really hilarious little videos with Sim Settlements characters in there in this art style, and she was kind enough to allow us to use these to try and make some cool stuff and raise a little funds to help keep production value high on the mod. So if you're interested in having some Jake and Aiden gear, we've got some mugs and some notebooks and other stuff. Go check the link out to our threadless shop and you can pick those up there. All right, let's get into the new city plan contest. So we're not going to do anything crazy this month beyond changing the prize structure, but we are returning to mod added settlements. We're trying to shake things up, make sure that city builders aren't getting bored. And so for this month, we are going to Pros Fairline Hills settlement. So you can download that on Nexus. I'll have a link below. And this is going to be fully supported in Sim Settlements 2. You'll be able to build out a settlement design there, export it like a city plan, just like you always do in any of our other contests. And for those of you who've never participated, if you're looking to, I always put a link in these videos to a video showing you in 5 minutes how you can join a city plan contest. It's really easy. It's not much different than building a settlement like you already do, with just putting in lots of Sim Settlements 2 plots in there, design out your settlement, and then we have like a real basic process for creating levels. So it's really straightforward and easy. And we also, on our forums, if you go engage there, if you go to simsettlements.com, and click on the forums link, you will find in there's a whole city plan contest section, and a bunch of the community members have even created a Discord that you can request an invite to, and they are very, very helpful. They can give you tips, pointers, feedback, and help you get into it and make sure that everything goes smoothly for you. So we'd love to have more folks in the city plan contest, and for those of you guys who are old hands, I hope the new prize structure sees you well, and I can't wait to do some more of the experiments that we discussed in that discussion panel. All right, guys, keep an eye out for patch day. Like I've mentioned in the past, we're kind of on a weird patch schedule right now because we're getting deep into Chapter 3 development, which means releasing the consistent patches is a little more difficult. It's likely we're going to have one more patch, and then we're going to go kind of silent for a while. We won't be patches for a few months while we finish up Chapter 3 because it is a monster. But I'll have more details for you that in the next patch video once we do release that. All right, guys, take care and enjoy the mods.